Let's look ahead at our matchup with the Lions and check in on the positivity playbook with my co host, Shar. Stay tuned.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week. This is our first week with a double episode, and I'm so excited to have been able to bring you that Victory Monday bite-sized episode. If you missed it, it's worth going back and listening, less than 10 minutes, and it might bring you some joy. This week, we're also bringing you some joy. My co-host Charlotte is here with 3 inspiring stories sure to make your day, all about the Arizona Cardinals and celebrating what we love most about them. I'm also giving you a preview of the matchup between the Lions and the Cardinals. What should we expect? Let's get into it a little bit deeper, but first, a quick word from a special sponsor. Want to support the show and look good doing it? Just visit the link in the description, whether you're watching or listening, and you'll be supporting the show while cheering on your favorite team. Thank you. Thanks so much for sticking with me. Let me bring in my co-host Charlotte with the Positivity Playbook. Charlotte, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for the Positivity Playbook.
Yay.
This has quickly become my favorite part of the show, I must say.
Oh, you're so kind.
You're so kind. You're so positive.
I try to be very kind and positive in this podcast.
Well, good. It's working. You have 3 really great stories today to talk about, and they're all very positive. So let's just start with Kyler Murray making some history.
Kyler is making history, and we are so proud. I feel like everybody is still riding on a cloud right now since that game on Sunday. It felt so good to leave the stadium knowing that we just crushed the Rams. But some of the great things that happened after that is we found out that the Hall of Fame now has his jersey and game ball because he achieved something that only one other quarterback has done in the history of football games. And that is basically he had 266 yards passing, 59 yards rushing, and a perfect passer rating of 158.3. And that is quite the trifecta.
It really is. Those actual numbers are amazing because what they've been putting out in the media must be to cover what happened in 1974 with Cincinnati's Ken Anderson. He must have been lower than Kyler. Kyler must have actually surpassed those numbers because they're saying 250 or more passing yards, 50 or more rushing yards, and a perfect passer rating. But what were Kyler's numbers again? 260 something?
Yeah, he had 266 yards passing and 59 yards rushing. So
That's amazing.
And you know what? Fun fact, he has already been able to send something to the Hall of Fame. Back in 2022, he sent a ball that was used in that game that they played against Las Vegas. That was a pretty awesome come from behind game. Murray became the first player to ever run for a touchdown, pass for a touchdown, run for a 2-point conversion, and pass for a 2-point conversion. That was a pretty awesome game. I remember that game. That was pretty fun.
Wow. I mean, I feel like he doesn't get enough respect when you hear
No.
this. And I say that even coming from myself. I have not given him enough respect. So I love hearing these stories because it reminds you what a great quarterback we actually have.
Absolutely. Good for you,
Amazing.
Kyler. Good for you.
Good for you, Kyler, for sure. Did you know that Kyler is the only quarterback after 2 weeks to have 4 touchdowns and no interceptions, 4 passing touchdowns and no interceptions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Man, that's impressive.
Everybody else either doesn't have 4 passing touchdowns or has been intercepted.
Wow. Wow. I didn't see that stat. So that is awesome. Another great thing to brag about this week.
For sure. But we have more. More
We
Kyler Murray.
do. Kyler also got the FedEx Aaron Ground Player of the Week award. So that's super awesome. Congratulations to him.
I thought that was so cool. It just came through my feed. I never really pay much attention to them, but when I saw Kyler on there, I was like, I need to jump in there. And since it was FedEx, I thought I was being so clever. And I said, Kyler Murray, ship it. And people are still, it's
Ooh.
one of those tweets that when people scroll through and they just click like on it, you know?
Oh, I love that. Good for you. That's
Like a
amazing. I love that.
accidental little viral moment,
Yeah.
but I had my marketing brain on that day.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
But
Wow.
Kyler is not the only one to have won an award.
He is not. Did you know that Marvin Harrison Jr. got a very fun little award this week, I guess you could say. He got slimed because he is the week 2 MVP. That's N as in Nickelodeon. So he got slimed this week by a teammate. I believe it was Paris.
It was Paris, yeah.
I don't see a ton of stuff about it online, which is kind of interesting. I'm like, Nickelodeon, why aren't you promoting this more? But let's just maybe they're just not on Twitter that much anymore. But
They're
congrats.
not. I actually looked for that because they made a huge deal of it a couple of years ago. And even last year, football on Nickelodeon was a thing. So I
Yeah.
don't know if this year they're just slow to ramp up or like you
Hmm.
said, Twitter may not be their channel, but it was fun to see. He looked like he had fun with it.
I think so too. I mean, that's definitely something. How many people can say they've been slimed, like Nickelodeon slimed? So that is super fun, and congratulations to him. We were all very excited to see those touchdowns that he made.
Wow, that was something, wasn't it? I don't know if I'll even get over it. I felt like the first 6 minutes of the game were the most like exciting times of our lives, and then we still had a whole game to go.
I know, and it was so loud. Like you could just tell people are like, yes, 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 this is why we came to this game. This is why we are so excited for Marvin. So congratulations. Yay.
Congrats. Okay, third story. The Cardinals are doing what?
They are hosting a bunch of live girls flag football games for local high schools, and it is so cool. Ironically, the one that they had this week was between Hamilton and Xavier, and it was in Central Phoenix, and I was actually just across the lawn watching my son play football. So that was super cool, and they had a lot of big names there. If I had known that, I probably should have snuck over, but they had Trey McBride there, and they watched the game. And the girls did an amazing job. Hamilton pretty much crushed Xavier, but what an exciting thing to see the Cardinals do and to basically make a big deal about that. Girls flag football is fun, it's a great thing to do, and they're leading the way.
They really are. And it was broadcast on television.
Hmm.
So it wasn't just like, oh, let's sponsor a team. It's, hey, tune in this channel this time, Thursday night, Hamilton versus Xavier. And they put out posts about it. I'm sure there was other media about it. And wow, that's
Yeah,
so exciting. It makes
and
me wish I
they're
could go back in time.
I know, gosh, why wasn't this happening when we were in high school and college? Because I really love flag football. Like I really enjoyed it. But
Me too. It was like my favorite thing to do in PE.
yeah. If you want to watch the next one, if you check out the Cardinals website, they do have the schedule, and they had the schedule at the game. Did you notice that? They had the schedule up on posters in
Oh,
the stadium too. So the next game is on the 26th, and it's Copper Canyon versus Chaparral. So
Chaparral. Oh, I got the pin from this week.
oh yes, you got that. I'm so glad you got that because I just it was crazy. So
I'll show you.
oh wow, that's super cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you're not watching and you're listening, it's an enamel pin. And it has the date across the top, really tiny, September 15th kickoff, 2024. And it has Rams versus Cardinals State Farm Stadium. And so every week they're going to have the matchup, and that's the pin.
that is really cute, and that is more impressive than I thought it was going to be.
Me
So
too. I had no idea what to expect, but it's a pretty large, hefty, very detailed enamel pin.
and where did you get it? And what was the line like? Did anybody else know about it?
I don't know that anybody else knew about it.
Hmm.
I kind of wandered the team shop and went up to the counter because I was like, I have no idea where this is at. And they had them behind the counter.
Oh,
So I guess if they didn't listen to our show, maybe they didn't know about it.
they didn't know because I don't know if anybody else was talking about it. So if you didn't get one, maybe they'll give you last week's when you go to the Lions game
You
this
know
week.
what? That's not a bad idea to ask if they have previous week's pins.
Very.
Lines were great. I went just before halftime, and the line, there was like a little bit of a line to get into the team shop, but then once you were in, the checkout was very quick.
Mhm.
I think though I'm gonna stop at a kiosk that's closer, and I'm sure they will probably have them as well.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you flashed your season ticket holder info so you could get your discount.
Yes, I did. And I showed it at the beer stand twice.
There you go. I love it. Very nice perk. Thank you, Cardinals.
Thank you, Cardinals. Keep winning. Okay, so next week, new positive stories, and hopefully we get to have another exciting win on the books. Can't wait to talk about it. Wait, before I let you go, Cardinals versus Lions, Michigan girl. Are you feeling like torn?
I'm really torn because I mean, I used to joke before each of these games, I hope it's a tie. And then we all remember when the Lions and the Cardinals tied. I want it to be a tie. I know that's probably not good, but it is so hard. I got to admit, I'm probably going to go to this game wearing my black jersey because the Cardinals are wearing black on Sunday, if you didn't know. Might wear my Kyler black jersey, and I might wear my dad's Lions hat just because it's sentimental.
I
But
think people would understand.
I'll still be rooting for the Cardinals. So it'll be nice to be around a bunch of awesome Michiganders because Midwest people are good people.
They are good people, but I'm hoping that we flood the stadium again because that was so fun to
It was
see.
awesome. It was so nice to see so much red. So I let's see everybody out there, wear your black or your red, but
I
let's cheer.
will say on the Great Lawn, tailgating, there were quite a few Rams fans tailgating on the Great Lawn. There were lots of Rams tents. I mean, they were overflowed by Cardinals tents, but I was quite surprised. They were just right at home, setting up just like we do with our pop-up tent and grills and tables and
Yeah, I'm in a couple Michiganders and Arizona Facebook groups, and there are quite a few people who are planning to go to this game. So
well, we'll
um,
welcome them.
we will welcome them. We'll welcome their money, but I hope that some of them will realize that you are in Cardinals country. So
That's right.
cards,
Well, I'll see you next week. Go Cards.
go Cards.
In week 3, our Cardinals face the Detroit Lions. This will be our second home game in a row, and I'm excited for it. I don't know about you, but looking back, the Lions only beat the Rams by 6 points. It was Lions 26, Rams 20. We all know what happened last week when the Cardinals played the Rams at home in the nest. So I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to carry this momentum and also beat the Lions. Now, let's talk a little bit about defense. At the start of the season, the Cardinals were ranked one of the worst defenses in the NFL. And after 2 weeks, they have worked their way up the ladder, ranking overall 13 according to Fox Sports, and the Lions ranking 14th according to Fox Sports. If we look at a passing defense, the Cardinals have a better passing defense than the Lions do. So the Cardinals rank 19th in passing defense, the Lions rank 21st in passing defense. This means that we may be able to stop Jared Goff's pass a little more effectively. We know he loves to pass. He threw for over 300 yards last week. So hopefully we can get out there and stop the Lions passing game. Rushing game, the Lions rank 4th in stopping the rush. The Cardinals rank 9th in stopping the rush. So it's going to be a close game. I still think we can win it. We're at home. There's momentum. There's a lot to look at here. Will we see more passing to Marvin Harrison Jr. than rushing with James Conner? Will we see our trio or our quartet of receivers out there? More McBride, more Michael Wilson, more Greg Dortch, and of course, more of the Maserati, Marvin Harrison Jr. Your guess is as good as mine, but looking at these defensive rankings, I would say we might be able to see more passing happening than rushing this coming week. Looking at Thursday's injury report, which is the most up to date one that I have access to at the moment, we have several offensive linemen out with injuries. I would say most notably offensive lineman Kelvin Beachum with a hamstring, limited in practice, and offensive lineman Will Hernandez with an ankle injury. He was full in practice, so it looks like he should be good to go for the game. Defensive lineman Dante Stills has a shoulder injury. This could be really bad for us. However, he was limited in practice on Thursday, so things are on the up and up. Looking at the Lions, they're pretty beat up. I mean, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown has been out with a quadricep injury. However, he did practice in full on Thursday. Wide receiver Isaiah Williams, an abdomen injury. He was limited in practice. And then a whole slew of defensive players limited or did not practice this week. I never want to wish for injuries, but let's hope they stay on the mend a little bit longer. TD, Teddy, taking it to the house, whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. If you follow me at all on the app formerly known as Twitter or listen to this podcast at all, you know that placing an anytime touchdown bet is one of my very favorite ways to get involved in the game. Now it's time for you to get involved in the game. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORts for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets just by placing your first $5 bet. And get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. And now the legal. I'll try to read quickly. Gambling problems, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78 97777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus premium offer only available to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at nfl.com/terms. Whew. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And I hope you're looking forward to the Lions game as much as we are. If you're around the stadium and want to say hi, I'm over in section 105. You'll see me grabbing a beer, probably in between a couple of quarters. And don't forget to get the week 2 pin because those pins are really cool. Who knows? They may be worth something someday. Thanks also to our producers for putting this show together. Thank you so much to our sponsors, DraftKings Sportsbook and Homage. Don't forget, you can support us by using code 6sports if you're a new DraftKings Sportsbook user. And you can support us by buying your favorite fan gear at Homage using the link in the description. We'll see you on Monday. Rain or shine, good news, bad news, but we're not putting any negative energy out there. I'll see you on Victory Monday. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.